Hello everybody. How are you guys doing today? Happy Friday. Hope you guys had a really good week this week. I'm drinking my gym water today. No coffee, but I decided I wanted my water instead. So anyway, guys, welcome back to my coffee break conversations. And today, being November, I actually wanted to kind of talk to you about something related to health. Okay, so don't go I'll roll your eyes going, oh my gosh, here she goes, going to go on her high horse again talking about health. Actually, health is one of my passionate areas, guys. Talking about holistic health in general, nutrition, fitness, all those things. Really just, I'm so passionate about those kind of things. So today I'm just going to dive right in because I think it's so important to take care of our health, right? Very vital. If we want to have the lifestyle, if we want to have the energy, if we want to feel good and feel well and be able to do all the things that we want to do and be able to take care of the ones that we love. And we cannot do that if we have crappy health. Right? We just can't. And I have said that before quite a few times that, it's like when you're on a plane and you know how that oxygen thing comes down and it comes on you and they tell you to put it on you first before you help your neighbor or your child or whatever. And that is the same thing with health. We have to basically put on that mask for us first before we can help anyone else. And it seems...
Do you know why they want you to put on that mask first?
Actually, that's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, some people might not think of that,
Do you know why they have you put on that mask on yourself first before anyone else?
Does anyone know why? Go for it.
Do you know why?
Do I know why? I don't know. I thought it was more of a health safety issue type thing, is what I thought.
In case of a sudden depressurization of an airplane, you have average of 15 seconds or less of oxygen before you are deprived and you stop functioning.
Okay.
So you put the oxygen on yourself first. Once you have the oxygen on yourself, you have all kinds of time to put it on as many people as you can reach.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So, say you get it on and the other people fumble, they start losing consciousness or whatever, you're fully conscious. You could just reach over and put it on them.
Yeah, that's true. That's
if you're over there trying to put it on them first and they don't know how to put it on you.
Yeah.
You put it on them first and then you don't know, they don't know how to put it on you. Mm-hmm. Guess who's going to die of asphyxiation?
Yeah, right. And then you can't help anyone anyway.
So, instead of helping one person, you put it on yourself, you can help the 7 people surrounding you.
Right. And that does make sense for even looking at it in our own lives, If we don't take care of us first, then there's no way we could take care of the others around us. It's just a flat out fact. Because if you feel like crap all the time and you're tired and you have no energy, and I kind of did a little bit of a live on this about a week or so ago, that if you don't have the energy to take care of others, if you're down, that's why, I love talking about health and holistic health. And for those of you who maybe are tuning in for the first time, or maybe you're a watcher, you come on my YouTube channel, you watch me on Facebook, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, guys, because you will get a video every single week from me. So back to what I was saying, I think one of the things I really would like to talk about is just 5 aspects of holistic health that you really need to know about. And a lot of people, I personally did not know what the heck holistic health meant, given, I guess a couple years ago. I had no idea what holistic health was all about. I knew that there was a natural health and there was, they have different names for it, but I really didn't know what that meant. And now that 2 years later that I've been studying this stuff and I've been practicing myself with holistic health, I've come to find out that there is a lot of benefits for holistic health. So what is it, if you guys haven't heard? Holistic health is basically using natural ways to heal your body, using natural ways to keep yourself healthy, to keep yourself energetic, to keep yourself, your overall well-being. And understanding holistic health sometimes can be very challenging because I think people don't really, let's face it, we're not taught about holistic health unless somebody actually knows about it and they teach it to you, right? I had no clue. I thought you get sick, you go to a doctor, you get the medication, and bam, you're good, right? There is so many more avenues to that. A lot of the times, like what I have learned, like in Western medicine, right? It's a lot of the times taking care of just the physical body or taking care of just one single area of the body, either through a medication or through an ointment or something like that. And although there's nothing wrong with that, I'm not putting down Western medicine, don't get me wrong, okay? Because we do need Western medicine for different, people have different conditions where they do have to have a life-sustaining medication, or they need to take something that is going to be a threat if they don't take it. It's going to be a threat to their life if they don't take it, okay? So nothing against that. But holistic health takes care of more of the whole body aspect. Your mental self, your emotional self, your physical self, your spiritual self. It's a whole body well-being. And a lot of the times we miss that. Like when we go to a doctor, we go to a doctor for a symptom, like, maybe we have the flu or something. They're going to treat just the flu. They're not going to tell you, well, there's all these natural, holistic ways that you can help yourself while you're going through the flu. Most doctors, now some will. I think there's some out there if you go to like a practitioner that actually deals with that part of it. But most of us go to a regular doctor and we see, we go and get the medication and it usually happens like that. So yeah, there's a big difference. And I think now, I noticed in the last couple of years, it's now starting to take hold. It's catching on. People are realizing that there's other ways to take care of your health. And you can see it when you go to health food stores. You can see it. They have like different fairs that, around different cities that you can go to talking about this, than just going to your regular general practitioner, right? And I think part of it is a responsibility. I get all fired up about this, guys. So, a long time ago, I thought that it was the responsibility of the doctor. You go to the doctor and it was an outward, I was always looking for an outward source. Well, the doctor will cure this. Well, the doctor will take care of this. The doctor's going to take care of that. And it was always looking for that outward solution, right? I was, always, and we're taught that way, right? We look for the outward solution. We are not taught how to take our own responsibility, listen to what our bodies are trying to tell us. Listen to our intuition and what your body is telling you. And I think that's where the education lacks in, because we're not taught any of this stuff. You have to pretty much learn it yourself, or go to maybe take some classes about it, or maybe, there's different ways you can learn about it, but it is not a general thing that's taught. Holistic healing has actually been around for thousands and thousands of years, guys. It is not new, and definitely not new. And it's been practiced by many ancient people out there, people just, in the ancient time periods who had actually practiced holistic health. And it's something that really does and did work, and it still does to this day. We've gotten away from that. And everybody, I think, has kind of gotten into that autopilot where we just stop listening to what our bodies are telling us. Totally. We stop listening to us, to what's going on. And I did this for a long time. I would take it for granted, my health when I was, in my 20s. I would be like, oh yeah, whatever. I'm never going to get sick. I'm not worried about health. I'm healthy. I'm going to stay there. And though I have been a very healthy person throughout my entire life for the most part, I really took it for granted about my health until about my mid-30s, I think. My midder. Yeah.
Your midder, huh?
Yeah, hey, what can I say? I would say my mid to late 30s. I really started taking more in account about my health. And then I started getting into fitness and I started doing workouts and stuff like that. And it pretty much accelerated from there. You can ask my husband. I tell people I'm pretty much a health freak, a health nut. I'm very passionate about it. And it's accelerated over the years into many different avenues. It started out for me with just physical health, right? Working out, getting into a workout routine. And then it accelerated from there. And I started finding all these other health things that we could implement into our own life and start taking that responsibility for ourselves to help us stay healthy. This was seen a couple of times in my own family. A couple of times people, they would be getting sick and not really think that they were sick. But we could detect it. We could tell that they weren't feeling well. We could tell maybe that something was going on. And then they're like, well, I really didn't know I was sick. And that part of that, and this is happening, this happens for everybody too. I mean, I'm speaking for myself here when I say this also, guys. There are times when we don't really want to face that we're sick, but we really are, whether it's a physical sickness, a mental sickness, emotional issues, anything of that nature. We don't really want to own it, right? We don't want to think that we're sick. We want to think that we're healthy. But sometimes when we stop listening to our bodies, sometimes that it just goes on autopilot and you don't even think of anything about it and you get sick. So understanding holistic health to me is very important. Back in the day, people shunned that for a while because they're like, oh, well, that's not real. That's stupid. That's dumb. That your body... You don't know any of those things. They looked at it as a really bad thing, and it got a bad reputation for many, many years. I would hear people talk about that, saying, oh, you want to stay away from that. They're crazy. They don't know what they're talking about. They're like witches, or they're horrible people for thinking about holistic health. And no, that's not true, guys. There's no witches. I mean, well, there can be. But I mean... when it comes to holistic health, there's nothing witchy about it. There's nothing weird about it. It's just your own belief. That's probably the belief that you've held around it. And if you have, you're not going to really understand how holistic health really works. Okay? And so one thing is taking care of your own health, taking charge of your own health is so important. And I said this a while ago too. I mean, you have to kind of take the ownership of that. And I have done that after seeing what my family members have gone through. And nothing bad about anybody's health or anything, because let's face it, things happen. And sometimes it's out of our control with what happens. But we can learn to take control of those things that we can make an impact on, that we can change. And even if you have a pre-existing health condition right now, like maybe, you have diabetes, or maybe you have some physical ailment or something like that, that is something you really can't control per se if it's something that is there and already existing. Like if you have a heart condition, a heart problem, or anything of that nature, those things are already there, okay? They are what they are, but what you can do is still take control of your health and do the things that are going to help you. Like if you have diabetes, make sure you can take control of your diet, right? You can take control of what you take into your body. You get to choose those things. You get to choose the direction you want to go to manage your diabetes. And this is just an example. I mean, I can go off in many directions. I mean, it's just a really transformational process. Holistic health is not one of those things that is a quick fix. And I think that's where a lot of people get tripped up about it, is they think right away they'll start something and take a natural medication, or they'll take a natural herbal supplement, or something that manages, inflammation or something like that. And they'll take it a day or two and go, well, that didn't work. I don't feel different. This crap don't work. Useless. But what they're not getting is it's an accumulative effect, right? Holistic health is an accumulative effect that you do something with practice time and time and time again, you will in time start to notice some changes, okay? So it's not like going to the doctor, getting a medication that you have a cough, and you take a medication and it puts a Band-Aid over it, but it still has to run its course, right? It still has to run its course. But it helps in a way. I mean, it helps you. But if you take a holistic approach, maybe it's going to take a little bit of time to heal your body from it. But it's all natural, and you're taking full responsibility for yourself on staying healthy. And we all want to be healthy, right? We all want to be happy. We all want to be healthy. We all want to be able to have energy where we get up in the morning and we're not like, oh, geez, And another thing I think too, people will get so far, and when you're talking with holistic health, you've got to learn to embrace it. In other words, you've got to take action. If you're going to be one of those people that want to start getting on that path of holistic health and start doing things for yourself that's going to help you along with your doctor, okay? Because, again, I'm not a practitioner, I'm not a doctor, and I'm only giving you just this information that I've practiced myself, that my coaches have practiced, that Toby and I, we both practice and have learned about this. So definitely, these are not to supplement any medications that you're taking now. I want to make that really clear, guys. Holistic health is a personal choice, and it's something you yourself have to find what works for you. You have to play with different things and find what works for you. Work along with your doctor if they have, or maybe somebody else, but you have to take that responsibility, and you got to take that action. It can come in the forms of changing your diet, maybe, how you take in your nutrition, supplements like Toby and I take. We take quite a bit of supplements for ourselves, vitamins, minerals. Lately, we have been taking in a lot of they call it emergency, but a lot of vitamin C and zinc and B vitamins. We've been taking in a lot of that because our family members have been sick. So we've been trying to really get our immune system boosted up. It can come in the form of fitness exercise area, meditation, yoga, even working with the chakras and our energy fields in our body. All this can come into play for holistic health. So you just need to find what works what really works for you guys. And I would think, my advice on this is to try something small. Try something a little bit, something small, like maybe if you've never taken any form of any vitamins in your life, maybe try a multivitamin. Maybe get out there and do some walking for 20 minutes, 3 times a day if you haven't done that. Just try something. And of course, if you're starting any fitness program or anything like that, you want to check with your doctor first, because it depends on if you have a medical condition or what you can and can't do. Me personally, I did not do that because I'm very healthy and I don't have any existing conditions. So I just started up a fitness program years ago. I just one day woke up and did it. But if you have something, definitely contact your doctor first. But yeah, there's a lot of different subjects. I mean, I can probably go on all day about this kind of stuff. and really just share with you what I've done and what I know. And again, guys, you got to find what works with you. You know, if you're trying to follow somebody else and do exactly what they're doing, it may not resonate with you. So you've got to find what works for you. If yoga doesn't work for you, maybe meditation does. If that don't work for you, then maybe try changing your diet a little bit. And, you know, just subtle things. And like one good thing too is actually drinking water. If you drink a lot of water every day, like keep water running in your system, that is a really good thing to do also. It's just that water intake and having that happen. And that is actually, that's a really good way to start. If you're one of those people that drink sodas all day long, or maybe drink coffee all day long. I drink coffee not all day long, but I do have my coffee. But I also drink a lot of water, okay? If you haven't done anything in your life that's really holistic, starting off with drinking more water is probably a really good start. And I'm not talking about just one glass. I mean, drink, you know, they all say 8-ounce glass 8 times a day. I would say anywhere, depending on who you are, 8 to 10 times a day.
Actually, they have calculators that you can get on.
That's right.
That you can do online. That based on your height, weight, it'll give you how much water you should be drinking.
That's right. I forgot about that. You can look that up online, guys. Just look up how much water should I drink, or if you do some research, you can find that. Like Toby said, you can put in I think it's your height, your weight, whether you're male or female, because you know, there's a difference between that, and your activity level. I think there's one that talked about if you're moderate or slight, or because our activity levels will vary. But yeah, you can find that out, and that'll give you an approximate idea.
Well, it'll give you a good baseline.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even if it only does your height, weight, and whether you're male or female, it'll give you a good baseline. And then if you're doing more activity and sweating more, naturally you drink more water.
Or if it's summertime, yeah, and you're out. So yeah, that's a really good way to start drinking more water, guys. Water's free. Well, maybe not totally free, okay. But, I mean, we can get it all day long, okay. And that's a good way to start. It's just a simple step, drink more water. And I didn't do that when I was younger. I drank water, but not really a lot. And I didn't start doing that until, it's been a long time ago. But I noticed something. When I started taking in more water, guess it sent me to the bathroom more times than I wanted. But it flushes out your system, and it gets your body moving, and it gets your digestive system going, and flushes out your kidneys and your bladder. And when I started taking in more water, I started feeling different. At first I was like water slushy. I was like waterlogged, going, oh gosh, I don't know if I can do this. But then after I did it for a little while, I started feeling different. I started feeling better. I was more hydrated. I got more energy. Just all these things started happening just by drinking more water. So yeah, start there. And then you can work your way up to other holistic things. Introduce these things in a subtle way. So I don't want you to get off this video today and go, oh, well, Donna said that I should do all this holistic stuff, and I'm going to try this, I'm going to try this, I'm going to do meditation and yoga, and I'm going to exercise, diet. Guys.
One thing at a time.
Yeah, implement one thing at a time. If you tried all those things at one time and your body's not used to that kind of thing, you're going to hurt yourself. I'm not kidding. You got to start slow and work your way up. You got to implement certain things, each different times. Like start with the water, then maybe add, if you're not doing any exercise much, maybe add in 20 minutes of walking like a month later or a little while later. That's what we did. We took subtle steps in this holistic health thing. And we've noticed over the years, it's a cumulative effect. We've noticed over the years how much more energy we have, how much healthier we have, or healthier we've been, and we get sick less. And if we do get sick, it's pretty much a light case. It's not really that bad. So, yeah, Very, very important, guys. Another thing I want to, and I think this would be number 4, I believe. I haven't been keeping count because we're just over here talking, but I think a big one too is what kind of we mentioned earlier about self-care and self-love. This thing right here is kind of a big one for people because a lot of people shy away when you say self-love and self-care, because most of us were brought up where you got to take care of others. It's about taking care of others. It's about, loving and caring loving and caring with other people. And that's true, but it's not selfish. And I think a lot of us were brought up saying self-love. Oh, well, that's just egotistical. That's just, you're selfish and you don't care about other people. That's not what it is. That is not what it is. You have a right to be selfish. And I'm not talking ego, okay? When I'm saying selfish, I'm not talking an egotistical, well, I'm better than you sort of thing. I'm talking being selfish is being selfish with your health. Being selfish with waking up every day and what are you going to do for yourself today that's going to help you? It's not selfish at all. So that's one, I think, a mindset shift that we all have to make. And I know I've had to make that shift because when I started hearing that self-care, self-love, I was like, oh yeah, right. These people, selfish people, narcissists, what do they call that?
Yeah.
Narcissist or something. You get all these it's like a bad reputation. And it's just a misconception. There are those people out there that are like that. But on the same token, when you're looking at holistic health, it's all about you. It's all about your health and your well-being. And don't you deserve it? You deserve to feel well. You deserve to feel happy and healthy and energetic. You deserve all these things. We all do deserve these things. And I think part of it is I think a reason why people think it's so selfish and egotistical is because they're not looking at it in the right way. They're not looking at it in the way that it should be looked at. So, creating maybe some self-care practices, self-love. If you don't love yourself, how are you really going to love someone else? You say, oh yeah, well, I don't love myself, but I love him or her. Well, and I'm not saying that the love isn't there, I'm just saying you can't unconditionally, truly from the heart and soul love someone else if you hate on yourself all the time, if you hate yourself. And I know, guys, I've been there. I've hated myself for many years. I have. I've hated myself for many years. For just whatever reason, for just the reasons I thought I was failure. I thought all these bad things, negative self-talk. I thought I was horrible. And I've learned to hate myself for many years. Until the last couple of years, I've had to learn how to love myself. Because I'm all I have. You don't have another person like you. There's nobody else like you in the world. You are you. And you've definitely got to take care of you. So yeah, learn, maybe a good thing is get online. Believe it or not, yoga is great for developing self-love with yourself. It sounds weird, but you begin to learn your body when you do yoga. When you get on the floor, you deep breathe and you just do these beautiful stretches that you start learning about your body very quickly. And then you start taking into account how you feel and you start loving yourself again. There's many ways to do this. And I'm not going to go into all the ways today because this is basically, I'm just sharing with you about getting on that path for holistic health and getting yourself back in tune with who you are and who you want to be. So the last thing I want to say is, if you're not sure about where to start or what to do, get in contact with somebody who knows this stuff. If you're not sure Start small. Like I said, start small. Work your way up. If you need extra help and you need extra support, there's a lot of people out there that do that, that practice holistic health. I myself practice it. And that's part of what I do in my coaching is I help people. If you find maybe a practitioner or somebody that deals with holistic health, maybe you can go into more Eastern medicine type stuff, maybe get a acupuncture, somebody who does natural health type things, or a coach. Get with somebody who you can get that support from, because we all need support sometimes and we all can't do it by ourselves. For me, I have to say I've gotten support from from other coaches. I'm a pretty self-motivated person when it comes to health and nutrition. As far as my fitness level goes, I really had self-motivation from beginning. And I know there's not a lot of people out there that have had that, and that's okay, right? Everybody's different. I always had that, like, I'm going to take control of my health, and it was so strong within me that I kind of created my own self-motivation. But if that's not you, that is okay, guys. Because seeking support and seeking help from somebody who knows what they're doing about this, or who's experienced this, can help you get motivated and help you get on that path to better health. Because like I said, we all deserve it. And you deserve it. You deserve it. So guys, I hope this has been helpful for you. I know I tend to go off a little bit on these subjects, but I am so passionate and I love talking about this kind of stuff, and I love sharing it with other people so that it can possibly help them in some way. So you guys can feel better and just be you, right? Just be you. So guys, take care. Have a beautiful week, a good weekend. And I will talk to you again one more time on updates. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You'll get all the updates, and I'm going to be doing some changes soon coming up that hopefully you guys will enjoy and like. And again, if you have any ideas, please make comments down below. Be sure to check those out. So you guys take care. Cheers to everybody. Bye-bye.